everyone, and welcome to session 6 of our beginner series. Today we're going to do a full body practice, full movement practice, and we are focusing on the balances. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to get ourselves set up for our practice. You can come onto your mat, close your eyes, grab a cushion if you haven't, just slot that under your bum and just allow your spine to grow. Take a couple of moments to close your eyes and just have a sense of turning and drawing your awareness inside your body. So we've been using our 6 keys to success. And this week we are taking inspiration from a Sanskrit word called parakrama, and it means courage. So this word can have lots of different connotations for all of us. But what I'd like you to do is to feel into your body and feel into yourself and connect to what it means to you today. Sometimes courage can have a connotation of strength and open-chestedness and heartedness. It often comes with a sense of action leading into risk or vulnerability. We recognize that courage is an internal practice that we often will demonstrate out in life. So this feeds really nicely into the practice today, because with balances, we're really entering into a space of wobble often. And we're usually taking something away so that we have to kind of refine our balance again. So we're going to bring all this inspiration for the practice into our Namaste Kriya by taking an inhale and raising the hands up. Exhale, we're going to draw the hands together and down to the heart as we take a bow to ourselves for taking the courage to show up today. Taking a bow to each other, to being able to find people that want to practice this with us. And we take a bow to the method, the teaching, the lineage of yoga. Namaste.
Namaste.
So we're now ready to move into our dynamic breath practice. We're going to come into some double breathing, but we're going to probably amp it up a little bit more this week. So I'm going to ask Fran to lie herself down today. You can do it seated if you don't want to lie down, but sometimes it is helpful to lie down just to kind of really relax the body and to be able to focus on the breathing. So we are doing 15 double breaths. We've been focusing on breathing into the belly over the last few weeks. And what we're going to do is start to learn to breathe from the belly into the chest and into the chest. So this is really kind of working our whole respiratory system. It's going to give us a big oxygenation, and also it's going to kind of relieve a lot of stagnancy that can happen in the system. So double breath, 5 in the belly. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then we're going to shift the breath from the belly to the chest. So it sounds like this. So belly, into the chest, out through the mouth. And then we use 5 double breaths into the chest. Okay, so you're learning something new. It will often create a bit of stirring, and that can make us feel a bit out of our comfort zone. Okay, so work patiently with yourself, be open, but also have a sense of respect for the process. Okay, because it takes time to transform the system so it becomes more natural. We're going to start with 5 double breaths in the belly, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Away we go. Belly to chest. Into the chest. Final breath. Empty out to your roots. You're going to take an inhale through your nose, filling your body with your breath. Away we go. Hold the breath in. All breath, exhale out through an open mouth. Whole body softens. Have a sense of letting go of the world, unsticking yourself, coming into your dynamic energy. We are creating some big body sensations. We're engaging with our feeling, our reactivity in our system. You may not need to breathe. And we just lengthen this period where we're not breathing out. So we're going to take another round, 15 double breaths. With each round, we're gaining access to our deeper kind of psychophysiology, all these different layers of ourselves. Starting in the belly, 5 double breaths, breathing in through the nose twice. Away we go. Belly to chest. Into the chest. Final breath. Empty out. So you're ready to engage with your breath again. Have your own journey as you breathe in, filling up with your inhale. Open the mouth, breath to release, soften, de-solidify. Be still in your body. Relax all your effort. Ungrip yourself. Come into the feeling of being breathless, your aliveness, doing so, we are meeting not just our present, we're also meeting the energy of the past that's stored in the body and our fuel for our future. As we open and soften. So we have one final round, 15 double breaths, and it's really important to have your own journey. So as you're breathing in, have a sense of really meeting your in-breath, just your own. And as you exhale, have a sense that you are shaking off your own tension, that breath is done, and you've made space for the next one to come in, and then you release again. This enables us to take one breath at a time mentally, so we don't get overwhelmed by the breathing. It keeps us in the driver's seat of our own experience. And also enables us to really harness our own life energy, our own self. Okay, it's a really rare thing to do. We spend a lot of time on the periphery, externally referencing. So we are learning to turn our attention inside. And this is real meditation. This is natural biological meditation. 15 double breaths starting in the belly, breathing in through the nose twice, away we go. Belly to chest. Into the chest. Final breath. Empty out. Now you're going to fill up with your inhale, breathing in through the nose. Open the mouth, our breath to de-solidify our. So we're coming out of our fixed patterns because we're coming out of our fixed way of breathing. Allow yourself to be formless. Feel your energy. Feel yourself without thinking. This is where we allow ourselves to change. So the double breathing isn't easy. It requires effort. And in a way, we are actually learning and earning our let go. The more we give, the more we engage, the more we increase our capacity to take on more life within our systems, the bigger our capacity to feel, the more we get to let go, the more we have to let go of. So we learn to kind of drop ourselves on a deeper level. So this can sound very abstract, but this is actually a really felt experience during these practices. So to complete our breathing practice, we're just going to take a slow breath in through the nose And we're going to hold the breath in at the top for 12 seconds. Away we go. Our breath to release. We have primed our system. We have broken through the crust that we often carry around, this kind of condensed tension in the body and in the mind, which is really just a lot of unprocessed experience, a lot of us not being able to kind of release life and take on more. So now what we're going to do, we're going to come into our movement practice, and we're going to really focus on some balances, and then it's going to require a bit of courage and a little bit of robustness in the system. I'm going to ask Fran to slowly come up to her feet, so you need to probably do that in a little transition, because you may feel a little bit lightheaded from the breath practice. So you're just going to gently bring yourself up to mountain. So mountain, if you remember, you're standing at the head of your mat. You're going to connect to your ujjayi breath. So you're engaging those whisper muscles at the back of the throat. And we're going to sync ourselves up to our pulse. So we're not emphasizing a stretch in any of these practices. We are emphasizing linking our breath, our awareness, and our movement. And everything else takes care of itself, okay? So it's a different way to practice, but actually it's a very authentic, very good practice, okay? So we're going to take our breath in. And we're going to exhale to release. So as you breathe in, have a sense that life is coming in through your body, and your whole body is breathing. So on your inhale, you're going to open your body up, stretch into your palms, your fingers, your chest. And as you exhale, you can bend into those knees, you can soften. And you are really kind of working with life coming in, opening up. So it's like a morning stretch. You're going to those edges. We're going to take 2 more pulses in a mountain. Exhale to let go. And then we're going to come into flying mountain, interlace the fingers above the head. Exhale, you're going to release, you're going to soften. There's like a contraction, and then as you breathe in, more life can come in. As you stretch into your edges, exhale, you release, you de-solidify. 2 more pulses, inhaling to reach up, sending your gaze up to the sky. Exhale to soften. We're going to take a final inhale to peak. As you exhale, you're going to release your hands to your side, and we're going to prepare for our flying warrior. So you're going to take an inhale, step the right leg back. And as you exhale, can you start to kind of shift your weight forwards? So you're balancing on your left leg. Inhale to draw your chest open. You're going to have to engage your whole body. You're going to have to stretch through your arms, out through the back of your toe, like there's a run of energy from your back toe all the way up through your spine to the crown of the head. And you're going to have to find a point to focus your eyes on. So with each inhale, there's a renewal. And with each exhale, there is the fuel to travel as you come into this T shape. 2 more pulses. And this creates a sustainability. Rather than being held, we are working with life. One more pulse, inhaling. So you can use a wall or you can use a chair to help you balance. Final exhale. And then the inhale is going to bring the feet back together. Raise the arms up. Exhale and draw your hands to your side. And we're going to switch the other side. So left leg back on the inhale. Opening to the chest. And then you're going to find your pivot. Steady your gaze. Go into your breath. Use your ujjayi. Exhaling to travel a little deeper. So what tends to happen, we get a lot of wobbles, but sometimes there's parts of the body that tend to sag. And you're going to have to fully commit. You're going to have to get your fingers engaged, your toes, your breath, your focus, and you're going to have to strengthen and power up. We're going to take 2 more pulses. Renewing your posture on your inhale. And we're going to come into our final tilt on our exhale. As you sweep the arms above the head, inhaling, bring the hands back to center. Exhaling, you draw your hands around and back to your heart. So now we're going to come into eagle. So just release your hands to your side. Fran's going to show you. So on the inhale, we're going to raise the arms above the head, flying mountain. And as you exhale, you're going to sweep the arms around, and the right arm is going to come underneath the left. You're going to wrap your elbows in your palms, and you're going to take a breath in, lifting up. And as you exhale, you're going to sink down, bending into the knees. And then on your inhale, you're going to lift your right leg up. And you're going to wrap that leg over the opposite leg. And you may be able, some of you may be able to find that bind with your feet. This is such a challenging posture for the balance, but also just mechanically, depending on our proportions. But we want to have a sense of squeeze on the exhale and lift on the inhale. So we are squeezing out our joints, finding our focus between our hands or the pulse. Final squeeze out. And we're going to get flush on the inhale, releasing the arms up. Exhale, release your hands down, back to your heart. We're going to switch the other side. So inhale, arms raised. So we're going to go to the other side. So left arm underneath the right. Takes a little bit of time to bind, sink down, inhale into left. Exhale to wrap the legs. So we're creating a bit of a figure of 8, an energetic seal in the body. And the breath in is going to have some space to come in. And as you exhale, you can condense, you can squeeze out. 2 more pulses. Focusing the eyes. So we are waking up the feet. We are finding wobbles, which are essentially us finding our path. Final exhale. We're going to get the flush on the inhale, raising the arms up. Exhaling, releasing the hands back to the heart. Take a breath here, take a pause. And we're going to start to prepare ourselves for our tree. Exhale. On your next inhale, you're going to raise your right leg up, either onto the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh. So Fran's going to show you a couple of options. We just don't want to rest on the knee joint. And then on the inhale, we may be able to raise the arms up. Exhaling, you're going to draw your hands to the heart in Namaste. And you're going to find your balance. So you're going to find something that's not moving in front of you. You're going to utilize your breath, grounding down through the soles of the feet as you springboard your inhale up through the crown of your head. You peel open your chest and you roll that hip out. And you do all that you can to invite your body to relax and soften whilst having a sense of strength coming through it. So if we can steady the eyes, we can steady this kind of laser focus and we start to train it. We're going to take one more breath here. So on our next inhale, we're going to raise the arms above the head as we release the legs. Exhale the hands around and back to the heart. So on the inhale, we're going to lift the left leg up. Exhale to soften. As you slowly find your position, on your next inhale, you draw your hands to your heart. Engage your chest, open your heart. And just remember that the wobbles are an important part of finding the way. The feet are waking up. They're starting to kind of learn to remain cool and centered under pressure with our rhythmic breathing. So you can always use a wall. It may be that you only lift a toe off the ground. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. Finding that point to focus on. And it'll be the next inhale that we dispatch, inhaling, raising the arms. Exhaling, bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Steady your breath. Feel the evenness in your feet. Bringing your gaze to behind your forehead. Feeling that groundedness now. And we're just going to gently bring ourselves down onto our mats as you lie yourself down on your back. So we're coming into our Shavasana. Allow the body to feel even and balanced, palms up to the sky. Allow the feet to fold out. Remember, you can always use any blankets or cushions that you need. If you get any twinges in the lower back, just pop something underneath your knees. It'll take the pressure out. So we're going to do exactly like we did at the beginning. We're going to take 15 double breaths, just 1 round this time, starting with our focus into the belly, breathing in through the nose twice. Away we go. Belly to chest. Into the chest. breath. Empty your energy, empty your breath. Pick it up on your inhale, fill up. All breath to release. Release your effort, de-solidify. Come into your energy. Be formless. Pull back from thinking the external world and bring your attention into the energy in toe tips. Roots of your toes. Soles of your feet. Tops of your feet. Ankle joints. Calves. Knee joints. Thighs. Hips. Buttocks. Pelvic floor. Tailbone. Lower abdomen. Lumbar spine, so dipping your back. Upper abdomen. Middle back. Chest. Shoulder blades. Armpits. Collarbones. Fingertips. Roots of your fingers. Palms. Backs of your hands. Wrists. Forearms. Elbow. Tops of arms. Shoulders. Neck. Back of your head. Jaw. Ears. Chin. Mouth. Cheeks. Nose. Temples. Eye sockets. Forehead. Eyebrow center. Center of your brain. Crown of your head. Feel the crown of your head. We're going to take a slow inhale through the nose. We're going to fill ourselves with our breath as we hold for 12 seconds at the top of the breath. Away we go. Feel ourselves expanding, whole body. Feel your whole body. All breath to de-solidify. Back into your whole body. Whole body open. Energized. Balanced. And courageous. Now you're just going to wiggle some movement into your body. And we're going to bring ourselves to our seated position to complete our practice. We're going to come into our Namaste Kriya, so close the eyes as you take an inhale, raising the arms up. Bring the palms together as you exhale. You're going to draw your hands to your heart as a gesture. We bow to ourselves for showing up in dedication. A bow to each other in all respect. And a bow to the method. Namaste. Namaste.